back to Unquiet You. Today we're going to talk about something that might feel a little uncomfortable, but it also might completely change the way that you look at relationships moving forward. And I think this is something that maybe we're taught sometimes, and that is the idea that we need someone, or that we're needing someone's love, or that we're needing someone to be in our life. And, I've had a lot of thoughts about this over the years of whether or not I needed someone to make me happy, or I needed someone to be by my side. And I've talked briefly about this before, but when I was in my 20s, I dated a guy who, he was okay. He was fine, but he was not for me in any way, shape, or form. And it took me a little over a year for us to both realize that. But when we broke up, he said something to me that at the time I just thought it was crappy, but knowing what I know now and learning the things I learned about life and all the things, it made so much sense. And I'm forever grateful that he told me this, but he told me when we broke up that he knew we would never work out from the very beginning because I needed him to make me happy. And at first, I didn't really understand what that meant. I thought it was just kind of a cop-out or whatever, but he was right. I was looking for him to make me happy. I needed him to reassure me. I needed him to validate me. I needed him to step into the role of being the man in the relationship. Like I actually did. I needed him to make me happy. And so therefore it didn't really matter what he did for me. It wasn't enough because I was seeking outside validation. I was needing something from him. And so I've done a lot of research on this, and I talked to a lot of people about this, and I know this is for myself that a lot of times people will say, I come off cold or super independent, or that I don't need people enough. And I always say back to them, well, I don't want to need you. I want to desire you. Like I want you in my life. I don't need you in my life. And what I mean by that is I don't ever want someone to feel the pressure that they have to be on for me, or that they have to show up in a certain way, or that they have to provide for me in a certain way, or something like that. I want them to feel desired, because I know for me, whenever I feel needed by someone, it's a pressure, and it's a pressure that I don't enjoy. And when someone says, I need you to do this for me, or I need you to show up this way for me, I automatically feel like there's no way I can ever meet their standard. I can't ever be enough for someone. But if they want me to be around, or they desire me to be around, it's because they actually want it as if it's an addition. I always say I never look for a partner to make me happy. I look for a partner to add happiness to my life. I don't need them to create happiness for me. I'm already happy, and I've done the work to create that life, but I do want someone who I desire and who I want to be around. And so this topic has come up a couple of times in conversation with different people, and I want to talk about a little bit of what that can look like. And I think sometimes we do it not meaning to. I think sometimes we do it hoping it comes across as a desire. But when we say things like, I need you, I can't do this without you, I don't know what I would do if you left, those are very hard statements to make. And they're very hard for you to say, but they're also very hard for the person who's receiving them. That's a lot of pressure. And I think a lot of times that they don't come from love. They come from a fear of being by yourself, a fear of someone not choosing you, a fear of someone making a different choice, a fear of you having to be alone, or maybe it's a fear that you will have to start over if it doesn't work out. Maybe it's a fear that you're not enough. I think that's a big one, is that we think if we need someone else, they're going to make us feel worthy enough. They're going to make us feel enough as we are. And they're never going to be able to do that because, again, we're looking for outside validation. A lot of times when this happens and we say things like, I need you, we tend to tolerate things that we would normally not tolerate, or maybe that we would choose differently to tolerate. And I think sometimes it causes us to be overgivers. It causes us to overstay or to prolong the things that we really want, because we keep saying like, I need you to do this. I need you to do this. And so we're waiting for them to validate us. And I don't think that this in any way, shape, or form makes you a bad person, or I don't think that it makes you a needy person, so to speak. I just think that sometimes we have to see where we're putting the pressure on someone else. I know for me, if someone says to me, I need X, Y, and Z from you, it feels pressure. It feels like there's a pressure on me to perform or to show up. And I don't like that kind of pressure when someone else puts it on me. I think that it also makes me feel like maybe they don't want me, but maybe they've convinced themselves that I'm a needed person in their life, right? And so I think if we flip the script and we looked at it from the desire standpoint, we can say things like, I want you in my life because I'm already happy, and I'm not going to lose myself if you're not in my life. Like, I don't need you to find me, or I don't need you to create me. I want you in my life. I desire to have you there. And I think that it creates a calmness. It creates a level ground where we're able to see people as humans and show people that they're wanted and they're desired. Like, I want people in my life. I don't need them in my life, because if I did need them, that would mean I was expecting something of them that I couldn't give myself. And so I think sometimes when we're saying this or we're doing this, we want to say it's coming from a really good place. And maybe it is, but I think it comes from an anxious place. I think this kind of stuff causes, when people say things like, I need you to text me every single morning when you wake up. Now you're putting a pressure on someone. And if they don't text you back, now all of a sudden you're anxious and you feel less than, and you start questioning everything, right? Versus saying, I really enjoy when you text me good mornings, or I really enjoy when you text me before you go to bed, or I really enjoy when you do X, Y, and Z. It's going to make them want to do it more for you. And it's going to take the anxiousness of you not getting something, because you've taken the pressure off needing it. If someone told me, I need you to text me every morning at 7 a.m. and tell me good morning, I would never do it. And I would never do it because I don't do well with pressure from other people, but also because it's an expectation. And I know if I did it Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I'm probably going to forget Thursday. And it means nothing about you, but it just means that it's just an expectation that you put on me that I can't carry. I can't meet your expectations that way. And I think that the shift can come when we start seeing those people that we're needing in our lives and start seeing them as a desire. It's as silly as the word is, I use it all the time because I completely believe in it, but I believe it's like a magical shift in our brain. I believe that we start to see things with a different level of magic, and we see people with a different level of magic, and that it actually makes us want them more. It makes us want to be around them more. And this can be any relationship. It does not have to be a partner. It can be with your children. It can be adult children are great examples of this. When we say, I see people all the time saying, I need my kids to come over every Sunday for dinner, or I need them to call me. I need them to tell me what they're doing. I need them to be here for me. I need to be a part of every decision that they make. We're putting pressure on these adult children who don't want the pressure. And also, that's not what they desire. And what I have found all the time, and this is very true in dating, is when you take the pressure off needing someone, they show up more because they want to be there. They can sense that you actually want them, that you're not needing them for anything. So I bring this up because I want people to look at relationships in all shapes and forms, of all the different ones, as adding to your life, as being creating this wholeness that you are already feeling yourself, but you're just adding to it. And I don't want people to go into relationships with fear or lack or concern or feeling like someone has to meet an expectation or that they have to show up for you in a way that they feel needed versus actually feeling wanted. Because I think we as humans all want to feel wanted. And I think if you asked yourself to flip the script, and if someone put the pressure on you to be needed, what you would do, how you would show up versus them having a desire for you and them wanting to be around you more. So this, again, this is a lot of work we do in one-on-one coaching because I think a lot of us were raised with a thought that you need stuff, you need people in your life, you need. And it's been a really big shift. I know for me, it's been a big shift over the last 20 years. I work with clients daily that we're always shifting this thought of, I don't need X, Y, and Z. I want it. I desire it. And when we can come from a want and a desire, everything shifts because not only do other things and people want and desire us, we become an attraction, like an energetic, we start attracting this more and more in our life. So if this is you and you catch yourself saying, I need a lot, especially if it's on someone else, just ask yourself what it would look like if you switch that to wanting or desiring them and not needing them, how they could show up for you and how you could show up more for yourself. So thanks for listening. Thanks for listening, for being a little louder, a little bolder, and a whole lot more you. If you enjoyed this episode, I would love it if you subscribed, left a review, and sent it to someone you think might need it. As always, stay unquiet.